In order to access the unlimited and the divine, one must be in an unlimited and divine state of being.
Mm.
And the destruction of my body freed me completely,
Mm.
completely and utterly. And when I had awakened, I had authentically awakened into my cosmic consciousness, into what I am, familiar with I am. I had awakened into that state. So it was a remembering. It was an
Mm.
absolute remembering. It's not so much the way that we view things is that I was accessing something outside of myself.
Mm.
It's more that I was able to feel the depth of my own love and wisdom, and,
Mm.
and contained with that are the higher consciousness metaphysics of
Mm.
self-healing and self-realization. I hope you're enjoying the video. And if you are desirous of going deeper within yourself and deeper with me, make sure you check out my meditation masterclass. It is unlike anything. It's pinned in the comments below. What unlocks the DNA is sentience. And now,
Mm.
now, when I say sentience, sentience is what we really are.
Mm.
So, from my perspective, my direct experience and my perspective,
Mm.
we are sentience. Sentience is our amount or weight, believe it or not, or level of love and wisdom. That's what we all are. The subsets of that are our talents and abilities. That is the indirect fractal of God, source, creator, whatever word that you want to use. It is whole and complete as it is, and we're simply working on experiencing the depth and filling the reservoir of love and wisdom.
Mm.
Now, this sentience that we are, this indirect fractal of God, and I say indirect because we're a projection of our higher self. So it's
Mm.
indirect in that nature, but it is full and complete as it is. Now, what we are, this sentience, is given energy. As an immortal creator being, it is our most precious commodity. Now, this is the energy that we use to perpetually and constantly, for eternity, create, including incarnations. Every thought, every emotion, me moving my, as I talk with my hands, me moving my hands. We are constantly creating. We never stop creating. And in that sense, we are perpetually manifesting at the exact same time. So I just discovered that it's the sentience, the more that you can tap into to the source point of your very existence itself, your own higher mind, that is actually what unlocks all the different codes within the body in terms of unlocking DNA, unlocking higher functionality, both sort of clairsentience, clairvoyance, the clairs, unlocking that, as well as unlocking abilities within the body itself. And part of that is the self-healing.
Mm.
The body is programmed for self-repair and self-healing. We misprogram it through our rational logic and linear mind,
Mm.
which is a reduction of our higher mind. The higher mind gives birth to the lower consciousness or the rational thinking mind. But you cannot access what you really are through the rational thinking mind. You cannot heal yourself through thought. Healing occurs prior to thinking, prior to emotion, prior to bodily sensations, prior to belief itself. Now, we all self-heal ourselves. We just don't realize this.
Mm. Mm.
The placebo effect is scientific proof that we heal ourselves.
Mm. Mm.
Now, most of us, Stuart, are simply looking for a permission slip to allow ourselves to heal.
Mm.
Now, that permission slip can be going to the doctor, getting a tincture, getting chemotherapy, talking to RJ, whatever it is.
Mm.
It's a permission slip, changing our diet, meditating. We are the ones that heal ourselves. We are this powerful.
Mm.
All of us are this powerful. I simply remembered and experienced it tangibly and literally put my body back together. But the
Mm.
inner mechanics or the inner metaphysics of self-healing is the same for me. It's the same for you. It's the same for your neighbor, et cetera, et cetera. It's the exact same thing. And when it's done properly, there's really no limitation in terms of what we can do. And eventually people unparalyzing themselves and putting their body back together will become commonplace. And
Mm.
me doing the so-called impossible is really the permission slip for you to do it for yourself.
Brilliant, brilliant. You have such a way with words. You articulate these extraordinarily sophisticated notions of celestial harmony in the most extraordinary way. So may I ask you to go further and to really dig deep into the essence of sentience?
So sentience. Stuart, is what we are at our core, right? If we just kept sort of being able to magnify in as an analogy, if we could just keep looking deeper and deeper and deeper, we would realize that what we really are is unconditional love, and the summation of unconditional love
Mm.
is wisdom.
Mm.
Right? So all the wisdom added together equals this one vibration of love itself. Now,
Mm.
that is what we actually are. We were created from love. We are an aspect of this love. And when we return to that, love dismantles and destroys everything other than itself.
Mm.
So the sentience is the summation of all wisdom, this unconditional love. And when we can operate from our own source point, which may sound like, oh, that's impossible, or no, it's not. It's not. It takes practice. It takes meditation. It takes proper training. And dare I say, my book is proper training and proper education. But anyone can do it. And thousands of people all over the world have done this. But the source point of what we are, sentience, is this indirect fractal of God's source creator. It is the I am. I'm sure many people are familiar with the I am. That I am is given energy, and we just keep creating. Now, most of us create from a state of limitation because we're only using our lower consciousness, or what I call body consciousness, which is five senses, and the data stream that comes in through the five senses forms your intellect. Our five senses perceive very, very little of what's actually in the greater reality. And so therefore, our intellect is really minuscule in terms of what gave birth to the intellect, which is our own higher mind. So when you tap into your higher mind, you're working at the source point of form and function. I like to call it the Etch-a-Sketch level, for those that are old enough to know what Etch-a-Sketch is, right? So when you are able to work at that level, and the book shows you how to do it, you can actually put yourself back together because you're working at the level of where form and function is created. The rational thinking mind is so far downstream from that.
Mm-hmm.
The rational thinking mind has very little effect on reality creation. We think it does. It doesn't. It's the subconscious patterned mind, the things that we already accept and agree are really where the reality creation is. So as you actually start to bypass the subconscious mind and you go into directly the higher mind is the imagination of God's source creator. And when you start to tap into that through meditation, it's not as difficult or crazy as it may sound. It's not. It's our natural state. By returning to that, you are seated in your own power, because there's no more limitation in that state. The unlimited and the divine, you can do anything. You are unlimited and you are divine. We have to realize this. And I simply, through the destruction of my body, remembered this and then started to do it.
Yeah.
We're all going to do this. We've
Mhm.
all done it. Most people know, Stuart, that they know that they can heal themselves. They know it. They might not have the conscious awareness of how to apply that, but they know deep down inside that they can do it. And
Mhm.
many of us have. And this book hopefully is the gateway back into the higher mind and our ability to be unlimited and divine, which is what we really are. I hope you enjoyed the video. Now, if you are desirous of more of the real you and less of your conditioned, agitated mind, if you know that you can create a life that you're not leading right now, but you know you can, check out my meditation masterclass. It's pinned in the comments below.